Good morning from Chiang Mai, Thailand, man. Let me tell you, woo! It's a challenge trying to get in here, it seems, here lately. Good gracious. Hey. All right, so now that I've got my wits about me and feel like you guys can see me, feels like you can hear me, you sound better than you. Why? Because I was just like ready to throw my phone last night and this morning. I'm like, what is going on right now, man? It is irking the crap out of me, and I really do dig my setup, but I got a new webcam yesterday. I don't know if that's the issue or what. You would have chucked everything. Yeah, I thought about that a time or two also, Tamisha, but I was like, no, okay, come on, act right. Okay, so now that I'm finally here, let me introduce myself for those of you who have no clue who the heck I am. And this morning, I'm questioning myself who the heck I am. My name is Kelly McRae. Let me calm down. Let me get my woo-saw so I can, be sure what I'm telling you all. My name is Kelly McRae. Last year in February, I was diagnosed with lupus, and because of the diagnosis and the illness being so unpredictable, I was forced to walk away from a 17-year real estate career. And I was an award-winning salesperson. I was award-winning for customer service satisfaction, and I actually enjoyed what it was that I did. So I had to figure out a new way to cope through the diagnosis because it's not a good one. And it dropped my entire life on its head, and I had to find a way to make more money, had to, make a living. And then to add to that, I decided, well, you know what? I'm gonna leave the country. So I went in search of better health care, and initially I left the country and I went to Nicaragua. Then I visited Hong Kong, which I always say I do not recommend that. And now I am saying good morning to you in your evening if you're in the States, from Chiang Mai, Thailand, looking for a better health care. So I'm not rich. I'm just living a life that's fearless, if you will. And I shouldn't say it's fearless. That's not true, because there is some fear there when you run off and, you don't have a way to make money and you're dealing with a diagnosis that could potentially kill you. And, at one point I couldn't walk and talk at the same time. And we're talking within the last year. And now I'm traipsing the world. So the topic of today is favor is fair, fear is not. So let me take a little sip here, and then we're going to jump into this thing, okay? So let me tell you guys, I hear people say this all the time. Favor ain't fair. Favor ain't fair. I call bull crap, okay? And here's why I call bull crap. God is not a respecter of persons. The universe doesn't care who you are. The universe, okay, I don't care who you worship. If you worshiping this cup, that cup don't like you enough to have designated just you to be favorable towards. Okay? I'm sorry to put it out there. I know you thought that God was all about your business specifically. We are billions of people on this planet, and God picked you, just you, nobody else. Because favor ain't fair. Favor ain't fair, but I got it. Get out of here with that nonsense, okay? So, let me tell you something. Favor has nothing to do with being fair. If you are like me, I tell everybody, you don't have to be a believer like I am. I respect whatever it is that you believe, but I'm a Jesus girl, okay? And I read in my Bible that God is not a respecter of persons. In other words, he didn't look at you and say, you know what, Kelly? Today I'm going to, put favor on you, but I'm going to look over here at, Sally, and I'm going to neglect her today. No. What kind of God would that be? He doesn't care if, he didn't pick you just to be favorable towards. Let me tell you what happens with favor. What happens with favor, the difference between me and the difference between Sally is we both got a lupus diagnosis, right? Okay, so it ain't fair. Oh, woe is me. I got a disease that caused me to lose my job, that caused me to walk away from all my friends and leave the country looking for better health care, to try to figure out what I was going to do financially. My kids had just grown up. I was about to live that life. Oh, woe is me, right? Okay, that's the Sally approach. The Kelly approach was, damn, this really sucks. But you know what? I'm going to make the best of this. So I want to move out of the country. I think I'm going to move out of the country. Hey, I'm going to move out of the country. Well, you know what? We all truly blessed and highly favored. We are. But here's the thing that enacts that. Faith. How big is your faith? How big is your belief level? How big are your balls? Okay, let's just be real with this thing. That's what gets you, truly, highly blessed and truly favored is your faith. Because here's the thing that I always talk about, these dirty little 4-letter words. People don't want to do it. They don't want to believe it. They don't want to buy into it. But no matter what you're doing, no matter what you want, no matter how you think you're going to get there, the dirty little 4-letter word that is always going to pop up is going to be work. It's going to be work. Faith is not easy, Thank you. Exactly. Why them and not the rest of us? If that's the case, then why believe? Why bother? Because, well, so-and-so always got it good. I'm never going to have it good. So why bother? Dude, I don't have time for that. You are no more special to me than I am to you. And this is what I tell people, especially when we start talking about like celebrities and all that. They're like, oh my God, Janet Jackson is going to be here. I love Janet Jackson. But then when I say, well, what about you? Oh, well, you know what? I feel like I'm fat in the middle, and my I always got a little pimple that pop up over here. You loving on her more than you loving on you. That's why she got favor, because she got people directing that love, that work towards her. Put that love and that work towards you. That's the problem, is we're busy thinking that everybody else got it good, that everybody else got something that we're supposed to have, okay? Everybody else is oh, well, they was just lucky. No, they wasn't lucky. They put in the work. And if that work meant having faith, let me tell y'all something. It is not easy. If I just needed to believe God for an ink pen, that's fine. I'm believing God for my life, okay? At the beginning of the year, last year, on January 1st, I was down at Daytona Beach in Florida having a coming to Jesus meeting, reconciling my life, writing my will. And then I started calling 2016 the year of the tombstone, for real. And then what triggered a change in me, I've always been an optimistic person, but guys, when you go from 170 pounds down to 109 like this, when your heart swells up and you are a former fitness person who's always thought you were eating healthy, you was baking stuff and broiling stuff and not eating at the fast food restaurants. Oh, no, I could never do that. And then your life still gets flipped on its head and you still end up in the hospital with heart problems, where your brain is potentially bleeding. Let me tell you something. People look at me and they say, oh, you're inspirational. No, I put in work. I put in the work of faith. Favor is only fair if you have the faith. You gotta put in the work. So all these people running around here acting like God got a main line into their vein for good, a main line into their vein for prosperity, a main line into their vein for them to be doing the work that they love. No, God got a main line into all of us. You just have to believe it. You just have to put in the work. You just have to do what is required so that you too can be highly blessed and highly favored. The reason that person is blessed and highly favored, I can't tell you how many people have said to me, oh, wow, you seem like you've gotten much better since you left the States. Tylen agrees with you. No, faith agrees with me. Let me tell you, had I made this decision back in the United States, I would still be sitting here up to 130 pounds. I would still be sitting here running my mouth with all of my teeth showing. Okay. I wanted to live abroad even before I got sick. Okay. Getting sick was a catalyst for that, because the healthcare in the U.S. sucks. The healthcare costs in the U.S. sucks. And if you got a pre-existing condition and they put you on disability, oh, you could really forget it. Then you are poverty level and your health care sucks. And I did not want that for my life. I have busted my butt all of my life. And I tell people this all the time. I get everything I pray for. Let me take a sip, let y'all process that. Wait, before I let you process that, that makes me what? Blessed and highly favored, right? Okay, so while y'all running around here talking about who blessed and highly favored, I came from the hood. I grew up in the city of Chicago. I'm a Desert Storm veteran. When I divorced my ex-husband, he divorced us all. I ain't get no child support, but I put 2 kids through college, raised them in what I call the Frank Sinatra way. I did it my way. They've never been to the jailhouse. They've never been busted on any drugs. My daughter graduated with an economics degree from a private university with honors, and is a junior business analyst for SunTrust Bank, one of the biggest banks in the country, and she's not even 30 yet. I am not a grandmother, even though I have 2 black children. You know, statistics say I should be a grandma of 2 or 3 or 4 right now, right? But I'm not. I got a 26-year-old and a 23-year-old, and they're both doing wonderfully. Why? Because I was prayed up. And whenever something would go wonky in my life, I got prayed up again. And not only, and let me clarify that part even, okay? Not only was I prayed up, because you could pray all day long, but if you pray and you worry, you negate all of the prayer. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that faith is easy, but favor is fair. It really is. The reason that people are not being blessed is because they are afraid. You have got to get the fear out of here. Get that dirty little F word out of your vocabulary, out of your life, out of your heart, and step out on faith. Okay, even that alone right there tells you got to do some work. You got to step out. I get so sick and tired of hearing people say, favor ain't fair. Favor ain't fair. Favor ain't fair. That's crap. Stop telling yourself that, because as long as you're telling yourself that, what you are doing is allowing yourself to believe, faith, that you're not worthy, that you can't have it like so-and-so has it. Okay? That you will always be broke down, broke up, broke. Because that's what fear brings about. And when you start thinking that a higher power is plotting against you because this person's got it easy, and we came from the same background. Both of us came out of Inglewood, and she in Thailand, and I'm still sitting here in Inglewood. Come on, that's a defeatist attitude. You and I are the same. And I tell people, I'll go back to that inference for Janet Jackson, that I don't think any more of her than I think of me, than I think of a janitor sweeping the floor, than I think of the President of the United States. If you cut us all, we're going to bleed. I love me some me, okay? And I think very highly of myself. But here's the thing that I dig about me personally. I think very highly of you too. I don't have to stand way up here to look down on you. I prefer to look people in the eye. So I look at you exactly like you look at me, and we both got the exact same shot at this thing. Okay? You are not my competition, and I do not have to say I'm doing this and you can't. No, I'm here on Periscope and on Facebook and on YouTube and on Instagram and on Snapchat to tell you that I'm doing this thing, and so can you. Get the fear out of here, okay? And when those people start throwing in your face, especially because some people, they like to act like they got it like that. And God don't like pride. Pride goes before a fall. Remember that, okay? So while they running around here acting like, well, God got a main line into my vein, and I'm sorry he ain't got a main line into yours, what they just said to you is that you can't do what I'm doing. You're not important enough. God really thinks more of me than he does of you. And that, my friends, is the biggest batch of bull crap ever. Don't buy into it. If it's something that you want, declare that thing. And then walk as if that is the case. I tell everybody, if you guys have listened to my scopes, you've heard me say this, and this is my top affirmation. I believe in affirmations. I believe in speaking out loud to yourself, okay? Good things, positive things, things that haven't happened yet. They say there is no cure for lupus. Yet, my very first affirmation of the day, every day, is I am healed and whole and filled with energy. Every single day I say it. Every single day. When I couldn't walk and talk, when my son was pushing me around in a wheelchair to do the lupus walk, when I could barely get my body out of bed, which is what caused me to become basically a raw eater, because it was like, on the way to the refrigerator, you can get an apple. On the way to the bathroom, you can grab a carrot. Yeah, I was eating carrots on the toilet. Shut up. Don't judge me. I was getting that food where I could get it with the energy that I had. And the thing about it is, the more I said it, the more energy I got. I have been on here teasing about having bony butt syndrome. Okay, again, if you've watched my stuff, I went from 170 curvilicious pounds down to 109 bony butt pounds. Okay, and I kept saying, I need to gain weight. I need to gain weight. I'm going to gain weight. I'm going to gain weight. I'm going to gain weight. Guess what? I'm 130 pounds now. I haven't changed in the way that I've been eating. But I spoke that thing into existence. I still tease about having a bony butt, but I like where I am now. I'm 130 pounds. Woo woo. Okay? So favor is fair. Stop telling yourself that lie. The reason people want to say favor ain't fair is because in order to get favor, you got to do work. You have to believe. You have to decide. Again, if you're a believer in the Bible, the word says, believe and receive, right? That's the first step, is you have to believe. It says step out on faith, and faith without works is dead. Tell me again how favor ain't fair. Favor is not fair because you're not doing your job. It's not that God decided that that person over there is worthy and that you're not. It's not that, God says, whoa, that person right there ain't special, but you special, so I'm not going to bless you. Get out of here. So what I want you guys to understand is there is nothing that you set your mind to that you cannot accomplish. There is nothing that you truly decide that you can, again, I tell everybody, there has not been anything in this world that I've prayed for that I didn't get. And let me tell you something. If you need to enlist the help of somebody else, because sometimes you be falling down and you need to get somebody to help pick you up. If you're going to go out and get somebody to pray with you and pray for you, if they don't have any faith in their own lives, come on now. If I'm getting ready to say something big right here. If you do not see evidence in their life that they have a good walk of faith, again, there's another work word, walk, then do not ask them to pray with you. Do not ask them to pray for you, because if they can't believe for themselves, they're not going to be able to believe for you. And if you're asking for something that is better, something that they would love to have secretly, they definitely not going to believe with you. Okay? I'll tell you what I do sometimes is I look for perfect strangers who are believers. You know why? Because they ain't got nothing to lose and nothing to gain. They just believe, oh, well, you want to believe that? You asked me to pray with you. All right. Okay? I know that might sound crazy, but sometimes if it's something that you feel like, I don't be a little challenged on that, they walk away from it. They say let go and let God. They're able to do it. It ain't their issue. Okay? There has not been anything that I have actually prayed for. And I keep a journal, guys. I'm not going to lie. I am a journaling knucklehead. And not just on my blessings, but just on my life. And it helps me to go back and go, wow, I prayed for that. And, I know that, a lot of you guys are not following me on Facebook. Maybe some of you are. But if you're one of my longtime followers, you'll remember that back in 2014, I left the country. I was only gone for a month. I went to Chile. And at that time, I said I was interviewing new countries. So I always wanted to live abroad. I wanted to retire early. Okay, so I could enjoy that. I wanted to live on the beach. I went down to Nicaragua. I lived on the beach for 30 days. I realized, you know what? That was fun in theory. There has not been anything. I wanted to get out of the hood. And I did. Not only did I get out of the hood, hell, I'm all the way in Thailand. Okay, so favor is fair. You just have to put in that dirty little 4-letter word called work. and have faith. You've got to believe, and that, my friends, is not the easiest thing. If you are believing God for your lights to stay on, and you sitting there and you looking at your bank account and you got 11 cents in your bank account, yeah, I've been there, done that, okay? Thank you for sharing, Tamisha. I really do appreciate that. You know, it's hard to sit there and go, well, you know what? That $150 light bill gonna be taken care of by day after tomorrow because, you know, I got 11 cents in my bank account. Work, okay? When you are bumped up against a deadline and your boss has said, you know what? You missed the deadline the last time. If you miss the deadline, or even if you get it this time and it's not what I need quality wise, you're going to find yourself looking for another job, and you just bought a new house. Okay. And so you're like, ooh, I'm going to get all up in that. Because even though, you know, my track record has shown that I missed the deadlines, and that even when I put up when I put my foot off in that thing, he's still not satisfied, but I'm going to nail it. Faith is hard. Okay. Because now you like, you know, if I lose my job, oh my gosh, you know, that's what we get stuck on. If I lose my job, I just bought this house. What am I going to do? Jobs are not easy to come by. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Faith is not easy. It is a job, guys. It requires you to put in work. So here's the difference. You got told that message by your boss, and the girl at the desk next to you got told that same message. But you went home and you worried, and she went home and she prayed and she believed. And then when she came back, she put her foot in that thing. And her presentation was so good, they gave her a promotion. And you looking at her like, how'd that happen? And then she says, favor ain't fair. Girl, no. Favor is fair. Fear is not. You went home afraid. She went home with faith. Okay? So the next time somebody says to you, favor ain't fair, know, number one, that they got a good faith walk. But know that they didn't do anything that you can't do. Okay? There is nothing. Yeah, you can't tell me that there is nothing that I can't overcome. You can't tell me that there is nothing that I can't conquer. And if you feel for whatever reason that, you know, well, my life just ain't fair, hop on YouTube. And there's a guy, I wish I could remember his name while I'm telling y'all to hop on YouTube, okay? Actually, there's a few different stories I'll share with you guys. One, I know you guys have heard this motivational speaker. He's a guy, he does not have arms or legs. I mean, I'm serious as a heart attack. He does not have arms or legs, and he is the happiest man living a full life, okay? If that man could live a full life and go out there and conquer the world and become a motivational speaker and become known, I mean, like, he is well known. I'm telling you to look him up on YouTube, but he is very well known. He well known, but I don't know his name. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? But it's true. I'm sure you guys have probably seen and heard of him, though. But if he could do it, and he ain't even got no arms and legs, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? Why aren't we doing this thing? It's fear. He is fearless. He has faith. He believes. And that's what I want you guys to do. So, again, my name is Kelly McRae. I come on here because I finally got what I'm supposed to be doing, and I share how to go from coping to cash flow. Because let me tell you something. I haven't really dug into the cash flow aspect of what I do as of yet, because I'm still working on some things, but I'm also trying to make sure that the people who are going to be my regulars have your mind right. Because if you don't have your mind right, you can't get your money right. Because let me tell you something, walking away from something that took 2 decades to build, okay, for me was scary. I had to get out of my own way, and I had to stop wallowing in, you know, I can't believe I got lupus, and my children were grown finally. I had just moved into my high-rise apartment, and I was going to be able to buy breakables, and, you know, I could have sat in that all day for forever and ever. And I had, like I said, I had started calling it the year of the tombstone, and I had written my will and told my family my last rites, you know, what I wanted, the whole 9 years. I had, for all intents and purposes, thrown in the towel on life. I was like, I'm done. It's over. Here's what I want, God. And if you calling me home this year, then you go on and do it. Okay. Then I got down on my knees and I was like, okay, there is a purpose in everything that you do. What am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be doing? What is my message? What am I supposed to be sharing? What am I supposed to deliver? And am I going to live? Okay. And then I decided, that I would live, and I changed what I was saying, and I started speaking life. I started speaking energy. I started speaking some weight on this bony booty of mine. Okay? And things have changed, and I have a message for you guys, and that is, if you want to move your money, you got to move your mindset. If you want to change your life, you have got to get the fear out of here. Okay? You have got to decide that you are going to put in the work. And if that work means believing, we cannot get you to cash flow if you got a broke brain, if you got a broke mentality, if you are afraid to step out of your box, if you are afraid to be seen as unconventional and non-traditional. So the first thing we need to do is shift your mindset. And that is what I have been working on for at least the past 6 weeks or so, is shifting your mindset, because you cannot change your bank account if you cannot change your mentality. If you have always been broke, then you will always be broke until you start thinking differently, until you start believing differently. Okay? So that's what we're doing. So I am, again, Kelly McRae, also known as the Hurricane in Heels. And maybe on this scope, you might have found out why. I'm a force of nature, baby. And we about to move some things. So come on with me. Come on with me. So you can find me at thehurricaneinheels.com. That is the blog that I frequently neglect. But I'm there. I'm trying to be there more and more. You guys can certainly find me on Facebook. And I'm getting ready to revive my page because I'm getting a lot of friend requests from people that I just don't know. And I don't know if they're coming from Scope or whatever. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the hearts. Please swipe and share. If you're watching this on the replay, if you think that this is bringing anybody value, if this is blessing your life, please do share this. I really do appreciate you guys. Have an amazing evening if you are in the States. So hope you're sleep. You know, if you're up in the middle of the night, if you're in the UK, or good morning if you're over here in Southeast Asia. So I will see you guys again. I'm scoping twice a day now, at least for the next month, to see how that goes. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I thank you guys for being here, and I do appreciate the love, and I will talk with you soon. Ciao.